Okay, very good morning, my dear friends, and welcome to the session. So today our resource person and keynote speaker, Dr.A.Rajani Madam Garu, Assistant Professor, Head Department of Botany, Food and Nutrition, Rbvr Women's Autonomous Hyderabad. Please welcome Madam. Madam will explain today's Polycyphonia life cycle and reproduction, the entire algae. So today is the last class of our respected Madam Dr.A.Rajani Madam Garu. My dear friends, listen carefully. If you have any doubt, please ask our respected Madam. Okay, Madam, please continue.
Okay, sir. Manjula, screen share cheyandi. Okay. Thank you, Manjula. Good morning, girls.
Good morning, ma'am.
How are you?
I'm good, madam.
Fine. Okay. See here, girls. Today is the last class. The portion of algae totally completed all type studies except this Polycyphonia. Yesterday, I'll start to the Polycyphonia general account also. What is Rhodophyceae? What type of characteristic features of the Rhodophyceae? What is the reserve food pigmentation and reserve food material? What type of cell wall to chemicals to found it? These are things are yesterday I'll complete it. And habitat also completed in the yesterday class Polycyphonia. 1 second, girls. Are you able to see my PPT? Yes or no?
Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am.
1 second, ma. I'll open the Polycyphonia. Yeah. See, this one is the Polycyphonia. The division is the Rhodophyceae. Class is the division or class is the Rhodophyceae member. The order is the Ceramales and the family Rhodophyceae, and the genus name is called Polycyphonia. In this one, this is a marine algae, and some of lithophytic is there, semi-parasitic, epiphytic. What type of talus are there? Erect system and prostrate system. Two types of talus are there, very well developed. The height of talus also few meters height is present in this one. You can observe all our Polycyphonia in marine algae, marine one only. See, this one is a Polycyphonia habitat. Then the Polycyphonia external features in this one. This one is the internal features of Polycyphonia. This part where my arrow mark is there, in this one is a creeping system, and in this one is a projecting system. These are the central spore, pericentral spore, siphonous. These are all are completed in yesterday class. Now I'll explain to the Polycyphonia reproduction. The talus, habitat, talus, these are growth are already completed. Now I'll explain to the reproduction in Polycyphonia. See here, girls, reproduction here we can observe to the two types of reproduction. One is the asexual and second one is the sexual reproduction. This is called the heterothalic talus. Heterothalic is present in the reproduction. It exhibit triphasic alternation. But in this one reproduction, girls, very different type of reproduction you can observe. What is the difference? Totally vegetative reproduction is totally absent. But only how many types reproductions are there? only two types, that is called asexual and sexual reproduction. But here the different names and the dioecious species. This one is a dioecious. They are reproductive organs present on trichoblast. Yesterday I will explain now what is a trichoblast. Where the trichoblast of the thallus, in that trichoblast to produce to the reproductive organs. Three distinct phases is the most important, girls. Here you can't write directly asexual, directly sexual, but different reproduction is there in this one. The three distinct phases are most important, girls. The first phase is called gametophytic phase. The second phase is called the first is the gametophytic, second is the carbosporophyte, third phase is the tetrasporophyte. Among these gametophytic phase, see how many phases are there? You can't write here asexual reproduction in Polysiphonia, sexual reproduction in Polysiphonia, not like that. But here the Polysiphonia is a dioecious. Reproductive organs are present on the trichoblast. You know what is the trichoblast? The life cycle of Polysiphonia, three distinct pages are observed. What are the three distinct pages? The first phase is called gametophytic phase. The second phase name is called Carbosporophyte, and the third one is called Tetrasporophyte. Here the gametophytic stage always haploid stage. This one. Carbosporophyte is the diploid stage. Tetrasporophyte also diploid stage. You can observe here three stages are most important. Gametophyte is the haploid and bears sex organs. The carbosporophyte and tetrasporophyte both are diploid condition. Only which one is haploid condition, girl? Which stage is haploid condition? Hey girls, tell me, today is the last class to express yourself. Or which phase is the gametophytic phase? Haploid phases. Which phase is the haploid phase?
Gametophyte.
Yes, gametophytic phase is the haploidic phase. Here, three phases you can observe. Don't write asexual, don't write sexual, girls here. Mostly, how many phases are there? Three phases. This one, gametophytic, is a haploid phase. Okay, here male sex organ called antheridia, you know, girls. But here the name is called spermatangia. What is the male sex organ name? Spermatangia. Male sex organ spermatangia, and develop in group of fertile group. Spermatangia is developed on the fertile trichoblast of the male thallus. What is the spermatium? How to produce the spermatium? These are things I'll explain. First, before spermatium, what is the gametophytic stage? See, the thallus, always gametophytic is the haploid stage. Haploid, the thallus gametophytic is the haploid. Free living and dioecious are there. They are separate. Two gametes are there. One is the male gamete, which bear male sex organ. The male sex organ name is called spermatangium. In Kara, male reproductive organ and female reproductive organ names also different. Here also same, the male and female reproductive organ names is different. Not for use common antheridia, common oogonia. Tell me anyone in Kara male reproductive organ name. What is the name? Karalo.
Globule, ma'am.
Globule, good ma. Male is globule, female is nucleus. Here,
Nucleus.
male is, what is the male ma? Spermatangia. And female gametophytic, female sex organ, that is the carpagonium. ఎవరైనా అడిగినప్పుడు పాలిసైఫోనియాలో what is the male reproductive organ name? What is the female reproductive organ name? Male reproductive organ name ఏమంటారంటే spermatangia. Female reproductive organ ఏమంటారు? కార్పగోనియా. చెప్పండి ఏంటి మేల్ రిప్రొడక్టివ్ ఆర్గాన్ నేమ్ ఏంటి? స్పెర్మటాంజియా. వాట్ ఈస్ దట్ వన్? హలో, టెల్ మీ వాట్ ఈస్ ద నేమ్?
Spermatangia.
ఫిమేల్ ని Female. Carpogonia. Okay. See, this one, it's clear now. The first stage. The second stage is called Carbosporophyte. What is Carbosporophyte? These two, Carbosporophyte and Tetrasporophyte, both are diploid condition. These are diploid thallus developed from the zygote. After gametes, male and female gamete to fuse to form the zygote. These zygote to produce to the Carbosporophyte. Male gamete, Carbosporophyte. Male gamete meaning is, what is the male gamete? Spermatangia. And female gametophyte is name is called, female gametophyte name is called Carbogonia. Both are fused to form to the zygote. These zygote to produce to the Carbosporangia or carbospores or Carbosporophyte, which produce the diploid condition. This is the second stage. What is the third stage? Third one is called tetraspore. Tetraspore, how to form the germination of diploid carbospore. ఈ కార్పోస్పోర్ జర్మినేషన్ అయినప్పుడు డిప్లాయిడ్ స్టేజ్ టెట్రాస్పోర్ ఏర్పడతాయి. కార్పోస్పోరోఫైట్ ఎట్లా ఏర్పడుతుందన్న, మేల్ ఫిమేల్ రిప్రొడక్టివ్ ఆర్గాన్ టు ఫ్యూజ్ టు ఫార్మ్ ద జైగోట్. ఈ జైగోట్ నుంచి కార్పోస్పోరోఫైట్ డెవలప్ అవుతుంది చూడండి. ఈ కార్పోస్పోరోఫైట్ నుంచి మనకి ఏం డెవలప్ అవుతాయి? Tetraspores develop అవుతాయి. That's why both are Carbosporophyte, Tetrasporophyte, both are the diploid condition. These tetraspore produce to the haploid tetraspore, germinate. Again, ఇది diploid condition లో ఉంటాయి, but ఇవన్నీ కూడా germinate ఏమవుతాయి? Which produced haploid tetraspore, which are germinate produced the male and female gametophyte. మళ్ళీ tetrasporophyte నుంచి male and female gametophyte produce అవుతాయి. See, this is a general account. I'll explain. Next one, how to gametophytic stage are there? What type of the gametophytic stage you can observe in Polycyphonia? Here, the gametophytes are concerned with sexual reproduction. In case to ask the question sexual reproduction in Polycyphonia, you can write only the gametophytic stage. Yes or no, girls? It's clear? Hello. Yeah, this is the sexual reproduction. What type of sexual reproduction you can observe? Oogamous type. The gametophytic stage concerned with the sexual reproduction in Polycyphonia. The type of sexual reproduction is called oogamous type. Polycyphonia is the heterothalic condition or dioecious. You know, heterothalic means both male sex organ and female sex organ are born on different plants or different gametophytes. That's why this is called dioecious species or heterothalic species. Male gamete produced male sex organ, that name is called Spermatium. The female gametophyte produced female sex organ, that is the Carpogonium. Both male and female gametophytic plant morphologically similar but physiologically dissimilar. Okay, now I'll explain to the what is the male gamete, how to form the male gamete. See, you can observe the picture ma. This is the male gamete, Polycyphonia. It bears the male sex organ, Spermatangia, which are born in dense cluster and closely packed, forming a compact cone-shaped structure on the upper branch of dichotomously branched. These dichotomously branched to where the trichoblast is there. In that trichoblast branches become a fertile branch. How to form this one? Say male sex organ, where the spermatangia. This one is born on the cluster. See, cluster or closed packing formation is there. This is a cone-like where the trichoblast is there. In that trichoblast to produce to the fertile branch. This is a fertile branch to form to the male gamete. Here you can observe the two basal cell. Which one is basal cell? Here, this is the one basal cell. This one, these two basal cell. The two basal cell of trichoblast. These two here. This is the trichoblast. Where arrow mark is there? This is the trichoblast. These two, the two basal cell of the trichoblast, function as stalk. This one is just like stalk. Other cells cut off pericentral cells. After basal cells, many different cells are there. These many cells cut off and pericentral cells, these portion branch become a polycyphonous. Here pericentral cells divide once and twice to producing the large number of, see this one cone shape, large number of the spermatangial mother cell which are aggregated in the life. These are the spermatangial mother cell. You can observe, girls, these are the middle cell. This one is the, which one is spermatangial? Here large cell in the second row cell is there, no girls? These second row cells is called spermatangial mother cell. So these are the second row is the spermatangial mother cell. The blackish color spores are there, no girls? In that one is the spermatium. See, you can observe in the single. This is the mother. This is the fertile branch periclinical division. A circle cells is there, no? First circle. These are called spermatangial mother cell. And blackish color is there, no? That is a spermatium. So this is the here the spermatium or how to release the spermation. You can observe picture D. And next one, here female next one. Each spermatium cell gives rise to 2 to 4 spermatangia or antheridia. This is the unicellular structure. Each and every antheridia unicellular. The content of each spermatangium produce the single, very another important character, girls. Here spermatium or male reproductive organ, non-motile spherical male. Ikkada flagella anedi undadu. Very important. In Rhodophyceae, total flagella is absent. That's why the male reproductive organ or male gamete or that's why this is non-motile spherical male spermatium. These spermatium liberated by formation of narrow slit, spermatial wall, and are carried out by the water and the vicinity of the female sex organ. See this one, how to spermatium to produce to
please
the.
click on slideshow.
Yeah, 1 second, sir. Yeah, next one, the second thing is the female reproductive organ. What is the name of female reproductive organ? Carpagonium. Male is a.
Madam, excuse me.
Yeah, sir.
Madam, ఇక్కడ 74% దగ్గర ఒకసారి అక్కడ క్లిక్ చేయండి. 74% దగ్గర క్లిక్ చేస్తే పెద్ద అవుతుంది.
Where, sir?
Slide show.
Oh, it's not visible, sir. 74%. Okay, see here, girls. This is the Carbosporophyte. Female reproductive organ name is called Carpagonium. Same where the trichoblast is there. In that always trichoblast is the fertile branch. In this trichoblast, the beer of the female sex organ, that is called the Carpagonium. Female trichoblast initial arise from the central siphonous. See, you know what is the siphonous, how to form the siphonous. In yesterday class, I'll explain. No, these female trichoblast initials arise from the central siphon, 3 to 4 cells behind the apical cells. These apical cells, and here the fertile trichoblast apical cells divided, repeated divisions are present. These repeated divisions repeated to form reduced to the female trichoblast, that is a 5 to 7 cell stay height. Okay, the total trichoblast height is the cell. The now number of cells here present only 5 to 7 cells in height. The lower three lowest cells, where the lower this C can observe this one, this picture, A picture. The lowest three cells, see these are the three cells. The lowest three can observe 1, 2, 3 cells is there, no? These three cells of female trichoblast divide vertically. You can observe the picture D girls. These three cells, lowest most of the three cells, female trichoblast divisions are there. The division is the vertical to form an layering of the pericentral cells, which are arranged in the three triads. Again, these three cells to divide, and once to vertical division, after formation are arranged of three tiers of cell, one above one. First tier, second tier, and third tier. One of the periclinical central in the middle. This middle one is the periclinical cells. On the middle, on the adaxial side, become in the, this one cell is called supporting cell. This one in the first cell is the supporting, middle cell is the pericentral cell is the adaxial side, middle cells, and the later cut of the small initials are there, free and known as, this one is the procarp initials. These are the cells is called. So you can observe the which one procarp. This one is the supporting cell. This one is the middle cells. This part is called the procarp cells. These initials again to divide and redivision carpagonia to modified into the carpagonial filament to modify into the carpagonium. In this carpagonium, basal part cell is called swollen portion with the egg. To found to the egg and female gamete is present, where in the basal cell. This one, in the meantime, the supporting cell cut and to sterile cells towards the basal cell. After that one, to formation of the carpagonium to ready to the fertilization. And what is the carpagonium here fertilization? How to how to do the fertilization? The spermatium gets attached to the trichogyne. You know what is the trichogyne? The spermatia gets attached to the trichogyne. The common walls of point contact dissolve. The nucleus of spermatia passes down to the trichogyne fused with the nucleus. Here spermatia liberated from the male gametophytic plant, carried by the water current to the carpagonium. When spermatium to the trichogyne of the carpagonium, to both walls to attach, dissolve, the male nucleus enter into the trichogyne. These male nucleus then enter into the trichogyne, move down to the reaches of swollen basin portion of the carpagonium. Why? In the swollen basin portion, the egg is present in the female gametophyte. Ovum or egg is present. That's where these carpagonia, the spermatium enter into the swollen portion to fuse with the egg, that is with the female gametophyte to form to the zygote. The formation of zygote represent the end point of the haploid gametophytic generation. And here how two changes are there. Post fertilization, just I'll explain to the male gametophyte when they reach the female gametophyte of the trichoblast to form both walls to dissolve and enter into the trichoblast of female gametophyte to form to the fuse with the zygote. In between, what are the changes are there? That is the most important in this one. You can write that one, post fertilization changes. Very important, girls. The post fertilization changes. The post fertilization changes in Polysiphonia. These are the steps. The first step, two-celled lateral sterile filament become 4 to 10 celled. Two cell nunchi emotundidi lateral filament become turn into 4 to 10 cell stage. You know what is the basal portion? The basal sterile filament initial divide into form two-cell structure. These sterile filaments are nutritive in function. The supporting cell, axillary cells at its upper end, it has a haploid nucleus and close to the carpogonium. Here, the number of changes you can observe to the number of changes takes place after fertilization in the diploid zygote to form a carbosporophyte. After these are the to form, which one is to form a carbosporophyte from the supporting cell of the carpogonium. A lateral cells develop soon after tubular connections are there. Each and every cell is a tubular connections is established between the axillary cells and the carpogonium base. After that one, the diploid nucleus, this one, the diploid zygote nucleus, divisions are there, mitotically divisions. What type of divisions are there? The diploid zygote nucleus divide mitotically into form two daughter nuclei. What happened, ma? Two daughter nuclei to form. One of these remain with the carpogonium. Two daughter nuclei, one of the remain carpogonium and other passes into the axillary cells. These axillary cells, through tubular connections are present. The two connections from the upper side of the supporting cell. That cell name is called gonioblast filament to develop. See, upper, but the gradually begin several to form to the gonioblast. See, envelope around developing carbosporophyte. This one now many initials to form, that is called gonioblast filament. The terminal cell of the gonioblast filament become swollen. This one also swollen portion to develop in the shape is called pear shape. After gonioblast to divide and to form to the what shape is present here, pear shape development is the pear shape. Carbosporangium is to form. The terminal cells gonioblast to converted into the pear shape carbosporangia. Here the protoplast, each carpogonium, see this one, carbosporophyte. And in this one, the protoplast of each carpogonium develop into a carpospore. This total is the carbosporophyte. And this one, the outer layer name is called pericarp. This is called pericarp as in meantime, here what happened, the supporting cell of few sterile filament act as the nutrition to provide to the nutrition to the carbosporophyte. In the meantime, here the carbosporangia along with peripheral cells fortification, that is called carbosporangia. This is called to provide to form to the pericarp. These pericarp, you can observe this one, second picture. The pericarp, this is called pericarp as a in this point, pericarp is the end, this point opening apical portion part is called ostial. That is called ostial. See this one, how to cystocarp with carpospore, how to carbosporophyte picture. This total is the carbosporophyte picture. In this one here, placenta is there to provide to the nutrition, and these are the carbospores. The outer layer is called pericarp. Where the pericarp of apical portion is the pericarp is called ostiole, and the opening part, that one is the opened and to provide to produce to the carbosporophyte. After this one, the opening, when the development of carbospores, see, you can observe this picture. The carbosporangia with gonioblast. You know what is the gonioblast? The carbosporophyte gonioblast filament placental cell get enclosed within a sheath. This sheath is called vegetative sheath, always haploid filament. This is the unarmed. You can observe, girls, the shape of this one is called unarmed shape body. That body name is called cystocarp or Carbosporophyte. Here the cystocarp is always haploid. Here you can observe the pericarp is there, but gonioblast only diploid condition. Cystocarp is the haploid. Gonioblast is called diploid stage. And in this one, after this one, see, you can observe to form to the tetraspore. The cystocarp or Carbosporophyte. Here, the parasite. This one is the cystocarp is the parasite on the female thallus. This only parasite in the Polycyphonia cystocarp, where it is attached to the parasite on the female thallus. These carpospores are formed in the Carbosporangium, and carpospores all are the diploid condition. These carpospores released through ostiole. After release, they get attached to the substratum and develop into a new thallus. This is the development of cystocarp or Carbosporophyte. The last one is called Tetrasporophyte. What is a Tetrasporophyte? See here, you can observe, girls. 1, 2, 3. Backside another one is there. That is called the Tetrasporophyte. Here the carpospores germinate from the thallus is called Tetrasporophyte. How to form? The carpospore on germination from the thallus is called Tetrasporophyte, which is diploid condition. This is a free living diploid individual plant. It reproduced asexual by means of non-motile haploid spores are called tetraspore. In case to ask the asexual reproduction in Polysiphonia, you can write down the tetraspore condition, only tetraspore condition. Here the carpospore germinate from the thallus is called Tetrasporic thallus, which is all are diploid condition. This is a free living diploid individual reproduced asexual reproduced by means of non-motile haploid spores, that is called tetraspores. In the tetraspores are produced in spherical reproductive structures, that is the Tetrasporangia. These Tetrasporangia develop from the periclinical. See, these Tetrasporangia develop from the pericentral cells. They behave as a tetrasporangial initial. From each initial divide vertical division to form to the two cells. One is the outer cover cell. Inner cell is called sporangial mother cell. These sporangial mother cell again to divide into transfer division to form to the tetraspores and 4 haploid. After the sporangial mother cell undergoes to the meiosis division to form to the 4 mother cell, 4 meiotic haploid spores, that is called the tetraspore. Each and every tetraspore liberated by rupture, sporangial war, and germinate into the gametophytic stage. This is the asexual reproduction to development of tetraspore condition. Girls, this is very clumsy, is there? Don't confuse. You can read 2-3 times. It's a normal reproduction is not there here. Different types of reproduction. What is the gametophytic stage? What is the Carbosporophyte phase? In the Carbosporophyte development, what is the zygote formation? What is fertilization? And what is the post-fertilization changes? These are the very clumsy is there. Read out to 1-2 times. If any doubt is there, call me and I'll explain again also. And what is the life cycle? This is the life cycle of Polysiphonia. The male and female gametophyte produce to the gametes. Here, spermatium fuse with egg of the carpogonium to form diploid zygote. To form the diploid, this is the diploid zygote. Into the supporting cell of diploid daughter nuclei migrate from supporting cell and Carbosporophyte. These Carbosporophyte is the 2N development, 2N stage. But the Carbosporophyte is a parasite. This is not individual. This always Carbosporophyte is the parasite on the female thallus. From the diploid carpospores of the Carbosporophyte germinate the Tetrasporophyte. ఇక్కడ నుంచే కదా కార్పోస్పోర్ నుంచి మనకి ఏం ఏర్పడ్డాయి? Tetrasporophyte. These tetraspores germinate, gives rise to a haploid gametophyte. That's where the Polysiphonia exhibit two diploid phases. How many? These two. This is the first diploid. This is the second diploid stage. Two diploid phases and alternate with the haploid phase. Two diploid phases are there. Alternate with the haploid phase. That's where this life cycle is termed as diplobionetic life cycle. What is that one? Diploseeker here then. Diplobionetic life cycle. In this genus, the male and the female, both are thalli are morphologically similar but physiologically dissimilar. Hence, the life history exhibit of Polysiphonia isomorphic alternation of generation is there present into the life cycle. This is the life cycle. What character the life cycle of Polysiphonia? That Polysiphonia is the heterothalic condition. You know, the thallus is the heterotrichous. The erect system Polysiphonia type is there. And next one here total reproduction highly advanced type of oogamous. Male reproductive structure spermatia, female reproductive structure is called Carpagonia. They are born small branches. That branch name is called trichoblast. Spermation develop in the spermatangium and egg develop in the Carpagonium. After fertilization, one of the haploid daughter nuclei migrate into the special axillary cell. From axillary cell to form to the gonioblast filament are developed. The terminal cell gonioblast filament develop into the Carbosporangia, which in turn gives rise to the carpospores. Gonioblast filament, Carbosporangia, both are along with the sterile filament fused to form fructification. That fructification name is called Cystocarp. Here very important, what type of fructification you can observe? That is called the Cystocarp is a fructification. In the fructification, osteole is there, pericarp is there in the cystocarp, red color cystocarp to form. These Carpagonia along with stalk is called Carbosporophyte. The Carbosporophyte to form to the found to the releasing the carbospores. These gives rise to Tetrasporophytic. These Tetrasporophyte undergo meiotic division to form 4 haploid tetraspores. These haploid tetraspores germinate into the gametophytic phase. Morphologically, gametes, the Carbosporophyte and the tetraspore are similar, but they exhibit independent phase. That's where the life cycle Polysiphonia is called diplonetic life cycle. Okay, girls, I hope you understood? But very clumsy is there. I hope you can understood. Yes or no?
Yes,
Yeah, tell me, girls. Once you can read out, if any problem is there, you can call me. Yeah. See you girls to next semester. We will meet next semester. Yes.
Okay, madam. Thank you.
Yeah. The total algae syllabus is completed, girls. The thallus organization, what type of reproductions are there, and what is the classification? Fritsch classification is there. And type studies in the Chlorophyceae, 3 type studies are there. Volvox, Edogonium, Cara, and Phaeophyceae, only 1 type study is there. That type study name is called Ectocarpus. And Phaeophyceae, only 1 type study is there. That type study name is called, what is the type study name? What is the name? Polysiphonia.